This is Twit.
Let's talk about Google I/O because apparently it's next week and we're all about to go crazy.
Somehow it's next week already.
Somehow it's right around the corner. Alphabet had their earnings call, by the way. Had some relatively related tidbits to reveal there. First one being that yes, the fact that the Pixel 3a and 3 Axle date happens to be the same as the keynote is because we will hear about this in the keynote. That's kind of what we figured, but apparently they made a reference to that in the earnings call. Second, that they were going to have a, quote, hardware team announcement, which is what they're talking about here, which makes me wonder, is it going to be just the 3A or are we going to see other things too? Are we going to see perhaps
like new Nest products?
The Nest products.
Yeah.
They mentioned Nest.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think they're going to integrate Nest products there. Yeah, because like that's been a key point for them that they haven't really been able to fully integrate yet. And like they just add features like Works with Assistant and stuff. But until they start that branding, it's not really going to be truly Google products. So
Google and branding though. This.
I don't know if it can be Google. I think they're going to have to keep it Nest if they're going to do this home route. And I don't know.
Yeah, we might hear more about this at I/O.
They can put felt on them. I'll be happy.
Someone actually made a very good point on Twitter about that actually, because I was ranting about the annoyance of the Nest integration of Google Home Hub becoming that or whatever, and they continued made the point that basically, he said the only reason it was Radvolk on Twitter said, I think the only reason there's a Nest Hub is that the Nest Hub has a camera. The Google Home Hub does not. The reason for the name change is that the camera on the home would be a big panic regarding privacy. Putting Nest on it would be no big deal because people trust Nest and all that sort of stuff where they're wary of Google. So that's a fair reason, and I still think it's a play to just trick people who know Nest and trust Nest to buy the product, which is fine. I don't know. I still have problems with the whole fracturing of the product line.
Yeah,
they could be integrating the Nest Cam IQ because I know that's like technology that's somewhat. They keep that like in the Nest line of products, which is like the doorbell and the security cameras. They can tell between faces, so I wouldn't be surprised if they launch some sort of like premium Nest Hub product of some sort with the assistant, and then it had all these fancy features that the Nest security products have, so that you can integrate all that within I mean, it's all about the ecosystem, baby. So I would imagine.
I think that probably keeping it out of the Google branding is a decent idea. I mean, it's not as bad as like the Facebook camera that they launched that literally no one bought.
The portal?
The portal, yeah, because
people that have the portal say they love it.
I know someone who has it and swears by it. I know someone in my family's parents got it for all their kids so they could stay in touch, and they use it all the time.
Yeah, but when are they going to shut down the servers, though?
Right,
that's the question.
Yeah. And then you have this very large screen that you can do nothing with.
Yeah.
But for me, I mean, the Nest stuff aside, to move on for the Google Pixel 3a and the 3a XL, it was the admission or the whatever, the copying to the fact that they're having a hard time selling Pixels. Just kind of further, because this also I got a direct email from Google offering the Pixel for like $200 off or something like that. I was like, oh man, they really are not being able to sell these, which is frustrating because it's such a great phone. But I've been saying since the Nexus 6, right? Like Jason, you can attest to this, that Google, in addition to the high-end flagship phone, I want a mid-range phone and see what Google could do in selling a mid-range phone. So I'm glad that they're finally going to come down to earth with the 3A and the 3A XL and see what a affordable phone can do in the marketplace.
Yep. We'll find out about that at Google I/O. Definitely turning Google I/O more into a hardware announcement.
That's weird because
because they were really backing away from that.
Yeah, everyone every year is always like, are they going to announce the new Pixel? Are they going to announce new hardware at I/O? And like, everyone says no, because they
don't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's like WWDC. It's like a month before. It's a software event. Like
they don't announce hardware at Google I/O like they once did.
Yes.
Relic.
With the
Nexus.
The Relic.
Skydive
so
for that
good.
one?
What's that?
Wasn't that the skydiving Google I/O?
Was the skydiving Google I/O the one with Google Glass?
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
I get them all muddled together.
So the skydiving one, the one with Google Glass?
The skydiving one was with Google Glass, but I'm pretty sure that was the same one as the Nexus Q because I went to that one and I have a Nexus Q. And and that was the first time we saw the glass in use with those weirdo skydiving. And also that was at the Moscone Center, let me tell you. Crazy things happen in San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh, yes, totally. Once they went to Shoreline, things got really boring.
Yeah.
They also, if you remember, at Google I/O announced this piece of hardware.
Yeah. I remember.
Cardboard.
They ran out of that. I wasn't even able to get one.
Let's see if I can
remember. That was fun and
exciting
at the time.
You go.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Right.
To go back to
no idea what was to come.
Yeah,
to go back to the Nexus Q, by the way, if you want a Nexus Q, they're available on eBay for about $130, mint in the box.
Oh, and here I was thinking they become total collector's items.
They are. It says,
$130. That's the collector's item.
I guess
rare Google item. So there it is.
How about the Nexus 7? This is the Google I/O.
That was the RIP. Yeah. Although it's more the second gen one that's RIP.
Yeah, I love that. This is RIP because it has a crack in the bottom.
Yeah.
Because
I love the second gen. It had that nice soft touch back. It was so
is this
good.
the second gen or the first gen?
That is the first gen.
The first gen.
This is the first gen, right?
Yeah, it's a harder plastic.
And definitely an IO edition because it was the white back.
Yeah.
And what else do I have?
So cool.
Sorry, I got inspired right before the show. I was like, this is a return to hardware. And then, of course, the Nexus 5, which I don't think they didn't announce this, the Nexus 5 at Google I/O, but this was definitely a giveaway.
It the fall
it was a giveaway.
2012.
It was definitely a giveaway in 2013, I think.
By the way, Jason, when you refer to the Nexus 5, please refer to it appropriately as the greatest Android phone of all time, the first entrance in the All About Android Hall of Fame, the Nexus 5.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry,
They still use in app developer screenshots, by the way. They still use that silhouette.
Yeah. A friend of mine used the Nexus 5 until about a month ago when his battery just stopped working.
Wow, it just stopped working.
Yeah.
Right until the very end.
Yeah. I also almost bought one of those in college just with my own money because I wanted it so bad.
Here, you want to wear one for the rest of the show? No,
I don't know about the rest of the show, but I'll try it on.
The battery is most definitely not charged in that Google Glass.
Well, it wouldn't do much anyway.
No, you're right. It wouldn't. But you could take a picture with it. A very substandard picture.
$1,000 for this. That's crazy.
More, $1,500.
Yeah, $1,500.
Hey, that was cutthroat at the time. Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
High tech.
That was like 7 years ago. Technology has really changed in the last 7 years. Has shrunk.
Yeah,
that's
it
true.
Really has. I really like.
I mean, that Nexus Q, all that stuff is inside a little hockey puck shaped device now that you just plug into your HDMI port in the back of your TV.
Yep, that is so true. Although you don't get the amplifier and your analog speaker outputs.
I know, but everything is sound bars now. You don't need.
Oh, totally.
You don't need all those anymore.
You didn't need these then. No one was.
No one really needed them.
I know those were such a question mark. That was crazy.
Anyways, walk down Google hardware memory lane there. I'm excited to get back to it. I gotta say, I'm interested to hear what they have to say.